Hello, and welcome back. Hope everyone's doing well today. Hope everyone's had a good day and weekend. Well, single day of the weekend since I've last been around. Muted? It's always muted at the beginning. It's me setting up. I used to do the starting soon screen, but the starting soon screen causes so much lag on my computer. It's just not worth doing. It means that setup time is like doubled, basically, if I have it the other way. So this works out much better. But yeah, you're not muted. I was. That does happen. Fair enough, though. But yeah, so I'm gonna start off today with one biggish thing, and we will see how today goes before I finalize the statement. So I'm going to confirm that this week the next update will be out. And we will see how today goes before I say the next part of that statement. I've been doing a lot of asset work and preparation for like the marketing resources for the last week or so. Did a lot yesterday. In fact, we have a bunch of cool stuff that I put together. This is actually one of the ones I'm actually quite happy with. This is all of the characters put together with the logo. I've got a bunch of variations of this kind of art with all of the characters together, but this is the main one that I'll show. I know there's a little bit of a box there, but I'm sorting that out at the moment. Looks great, thanks. I'm very happy with it though. I'm really excited to be able to kind of be at this stage with everything. And it meant that I actually finally have a background to my Twitter profile, because I have not had like one of those backgrounds for ages, and I decided while I was doing this to grab a version of it with pink and then toss that on as my art for it. But I've also like had to go on the games Twitter a lot and get some stuff done there as well, because probably should actually use the official games Twitter. It has been dead for months, after all. But yeah, so today I'm going to be releasing the gates on a lot of things that have been hinted at, talked about in brief, and we're going to be implementing specifically one thing is going to be the target for today, and then the bug testing is the rest. How all that goes determines how the rest of the day kind of is going to go. So the big thing kind of thing show is, so I've shown imagery of it a little bit here and there, but I haven't actually shown to the extent. So one thing I said that I would never do. No. One thing I said is that bosses weren't in the game, and I kept being sad about that, because that's kind of like the entire main gameplay loop, right? Is that it's the bosses. You're supposed to fight enemies, defeat enemies, then it'd spawn a boss. You defeat the boss and then repeat that process so many times and you'd win. So I thought for the next update, because it's going to be basically the example of what the game should feel like in the loosest sense, how was I going to do that without a boss? So we're going to actually keep working and finish off a little thing that I've been working on the background. So this object here is an object that actually is fully in the game and working. There's a lot of things that need to be finished for it, and we'll do that today. So let me show him. So we'll launch up the game real quick. Oh, I've got a couple of things that I need to sort out today though. I need to remember to do that. Like I said, today's mainly like bug things. Oh, also I added this very quickly. This is the portals modifier. So if we come down here and see rolling with it and use harden, I come up here, interact with it, it's now 3. And you'll see that it's actually got different modifiers on these, and it's a much higher value now because you can get different ones. And you just go up to it, you press it, and it will cycle through all the way back like that. As simple as that. I've also done a little bit of cleanup with some of the text because it was still kind of a bit messy because we changed the thing. Now you can actually see like the version info again, things like that, and the pause info in here. So, what do we want to show? If I press B, you'll see there's a dude that turns up. Say hello to the first boss. Now, he's very dev testy, numbers are not finished, that's what we're going to be working on a lot today. But we do actually have him in. Now, that's one of the big issues there, as you see, I can just toggle that whenever, and he's not fully functioning. It's a lot of little problems with them at the moment, but I'm actually pretty happy with it so far. So, what we're going to be working on is that. We're going to be implementing the last few things that we really need for this system. Getting our good boy actually functioning nice and correctly. And getting, party animal working. Now, I'm going to only get it working in the loosest sense that I'm not going to get all of the stuff I want done. So one thing I will mention is that with the little circle that turns up, the white circle, that I want to be kind of like an image of the monster. So it will probably be a headshot or something like that. But I'm not going to bother too much with getting that sorted today. Very much that's a low priority thing to resolve. What we do need to resolve is getting all of the stuff sorted out. So I decided to actually get like a little miniature animation for it though. As you could see, like the bar would come out and then expand and stuff like that. I thought it would look really nice. It's very early stages so far though. As you can kind of see here, the working for it is very rough. And it is hosted on the boss itself, which there's an argument there to be made of maybe I should do something different. Also, the stats are locally hosted on the boss, which is something that's very not so great. And I'm still really playing around with these numbers, so I'm going to just do this for now, because I think that'll probably be a slightly better health modifier. And yeah, so the biggest issues we have at the moment with Party Animal is that the attack doesn't really quite work, and the cast stuff doesn't work, because at the moment the casting is just this. It just resets itself. It doesn't actually do anything. That's because I've just not had the time to sort it out. So what I'm going to then do So I believe we make an object for... Do we make an object for this? Did we end up finishing that? Yeah, O damage is zone period. O... So... But yeah, this is going to be the main thing we work on today, is this boss. Sounds like a plan. Yeah. I might as well kind of tease it. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. If we can get this boss cleaned up today, do some quick error checking and bug testing and stuff like that, this stream will be a kind of release party for the update. I'm not kidding. This is how close we are to the release. There is a lot of things I would like to get done before then, technically, but most things at this stage that the game needs to sort are going to delay by such a margin. I don't think it's worth it. And the biggest thing I will say is that, like, most of the more clear issues are related to things like the UI and organization of data. Those are things that can be sorted later, and it doesn't help that I have received no information for like 2 weeks, or over 2 weeks now, from the person that was working on UI stuff, so I'm going to just have to assume that I need to sort it out myself, which means that I'm going to have to like spend a long time reading through their current object and basically reworking it from the ground up. Because I don't see how I can approach it otherwise. So that's going to be a big task for me over the next few days. And yeah. So, with this, I need to remember the rules of how the damage zone works. So we're gonna need type 0. It's by default type 0? Yes. Hey, Yavinda, how's it going? It's probably just easier not to do that. Actually, no, it should be fine to do this. Is it Malith, or Malith? Malith is how I normally say, my name. I'm trying to remember the full origin of it. Because, like, I'm not even kidding. I think it hails most of its origin, from... God, is it Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah, I think it's Yu-Gi-Oh. The Yu-Gi-Oh anime. There's a character in it called Marek. And I played around with the name a bunch, and then I came up with Malith kind of accidentally, just when I was trying to pronounce it one time. And I'm like, you know, that's a cool name. I like that name. So I started using it for a character I was writing, and so on and so forth. The rest is history. Just do this for a moment while I start getting this sorted. Made my first video. It's a top motion, but it's really shaky. Ooh, nice. Sorry, I'm just trying to radius. Oh, player. True, false. Stop. Oh, stop motion. I was like, top motion. I don't know if I quite know what that is myself. That's cool though. No, that's pretty awesome to be able to do that. Dude, I've always been like seen stop motion stuff. I remember doing like a little bit of it when I was in like school, and oh god, it was awful. That was back when like we would just do it with Lego or something like that, and it was just bad. Type equals 1. It's Optimus Prime transforming. Okay, that does sound really fucking cool though. I'm trying to remember fully how I do all of this. See, the problem is that I'm gonna technically not succeed with this because it's not going to be on the correct angle. I'm gonna have to probably draw this differently. So I'm gonna leave that alone for now. So just... No, it's player underscore damaged. Damage. There we go. So now we can do the circle. So damage equals, we'll say 100 and duration equals 4 seconds. And give that 4.1 swap state, so there's a small delay. Okay. Is there anything else I need to set up with this? Yeah, we need to set up radius. Radius equals probably like 200 would be a solid bet. We'll play around with it shortly. Yeah, there's currently a lot of state checking and stuff like that that I do because the states weren't working quite as intended, and they still kind of aren't. We'll see what we can do about it. Then this one's gonna require some interesting things, I think. Trying to think the best way to fire out the projectile. And like have it land and do the thing that I want it to. Gonna have to probably make a object for it temporarily. We'll see. In step event. So I'm going to quickly hide these so we don't just get too much information in the debug. And we'll try and get our boy to attack. Alright. Hello. Y is not set. Abilities current function. Okay. How is that not set? Ah. Okay, so how do I do this? Do that for now. Because it means that we know the location that it's coming from. That was the issue. Alrighty. But yeah, no, I'm hoping we can get this going and sorted. Because it's basically, it'll be down to getting the feel right for a lot of this as well. So I tried to fire the projectile and it failed because the projectile doesn't do anything. Probably gonna have to change its movement speed a little bit. Tried to fire the projectile again, didn't do anything. If I do this, it doesn't kill it, right? Because if, yeah. Okay, so that's a bug. Because I think of the way that the pathing system calculates. Keeps doing the projectile. I'm gonna have to raise the AoE's odds, I think. That's what I need to do. Bug or feature? Definitely bug. Not supposed to path while paused. I can say that for utmost certainty. Frame rate could also be kind of tweaked up a little bit because the walk looks a bit jank. That's why I say like the movement speed could also be done. Like something done to it. Also, I believe I made it so the boss actually just doesn't really care as much about the collision of things. Okay, so that was not right there. We saw that, I think it's frames, isn't it? The duration. Oh god, yeah, it's frames. So, 60... 280. And I'm just gonna raise the priority to 100 temporarily. 240? No, yeah, it's 240, sorry. I did the maths too quickly then. Too quickly for my own good. Why did I get 280? Lord. It happens, yeah. It does. I think the radius needs to be honestly like double that. Like if I'm giving you 4 seconds, I want you to have struggle to run away. Okay. That'll do for now. That'll do. I might need to find a better way of drawing circles because of the way that the vectoring works in Game Maker. It doesn't look great. But to be fair, I want to have an entirely different system for that as it is. So it can be left for now. I think that's not too bad, all things considered. I mean, the short answer is the best way for me to do it is to actually just draw a sprite that is a circle and use that. I'm sure is probably a better way of programming one, a circle draw together, so it doesn't have those weird, like, because that was the thing, is if you look at it, because of the size, you get to actually see like the difference in where its points are. I'm drawing sprites currently. It's normally the best way to go about it. Technically, this sounds really funny, but like technically speaking, as you can see here, Game Maker actually doesn't draw these correctly, as well as they're extremely problematic. They actually cause more problems than they're worth if you can get away with just drawing the circles. So that is why we've got an issue there. Fix that. So path equals path duplicate, path hold, path hold equals -1, and then it's path, right. Path start. So that's going to fix the issue that we were kind of seeing there, and it solves a lot of other issues for us. Now I'm actually all I'm gonna do is probably just take that and put it on cooldown immediately. And with this, I'm just going to do a really shitty thing of if paused. This is the extremely lazy answer to what we're doing. Because you're seeing that, like, with the pause menu and with the upgrades and stuff like that, the UI offered by the boss was overlapping it. By doing this, it just removes it temporarily. So I'm going to quickly see and make sure that that actually does damage to me. Yep. We can probably raise the damage of that too. Because again, it's supposed to be a heavily punishing attack. And then let's move on to the projectile, because we've got it functioning as the baseline of what we'd expect, right? That's the main thing. Let's see. Okay. Sorry, I'm also just like kind of going through the motions and getting everything checked out today. It is going to be a long day for me. Did I just log in with Google? Is that what I did? Sorry, I'm, again, like I said, tad bit distracted. Not now. There we go. Alright, there we go. Cool. Alright. Just making sure everything is working. But yeah. So now we've got to work on the projectile. So how do I want the projectile to work? There's a few different ways I want to do it, and I'm not sure which way I like the most. Because one idea I had, and this is like the difficulty of this. So one idea I kind of had was, so say this is the boss here, and this is like the player here. So one idea I had was that it will fire 3 projectiles, and it would kind of arc to a location around the player. and do that. I'm just trying to think, like, how I'd best do that if I wanted to do that, or do I just fire the projectiles at the locations? With the size of the boss as well, needs to kind of taken into consideration with this. Oh, goodbye, cat. But yeah, so that's what I'm kind of like trying to figure out how I want to approach it. Because I like the idea of this, but I also don't mind the idea of just having it as straight shot location. I do think I kind of want like 3 projectiles fired though. But I think if I have it as curved, that will indicate more to you that the projectile itself isn't what's dealing the damage, it's the zone that it will leave. Which is kind of more what I want to theorize towards. Alright? Because, like, I'm not gonna lie, basically what we're seeing with Party Animal is what I originally designed for the Dullahan boss back when, like, that was a boss. Except just, like, completely cleaned up. And I'm not gonna deny there is a charm to potentially bringing back what he had for his projectiles, which was fire them at the player and they would heat seek and then try and explode. But I just don't think that that quite fits this style. Because like Dullahan, you could make an argument, oh, it's ghosty things, right? Whereas with this, it's kind of more like the spit of, oh, I'm blanking on his name. Because, by the way, the 2 heads do have names. There's a backstory to the character. It's very funny, very stupid. I have it somewhere. And I would have to go look for it. Probably wouldn't be that hard to find, right? Surely. Here we go. Snake and Mainhead. That's the 2 names. Snake and Mainhead. Knew it was something stupid. So yeah, it would be basically like Snake spitting out venom. So how do I want to do it? I do want to have the curve. How do I do arcing then with that? Alright, arc to point. This might help me. Oh god, okay, I'm finding some code that's a bit involved, but we can work with it. Okay, here we go. So let's try this out then. I'm just going to create a object really quickly as a placeholder. Just call it O bullet. And we're going to yoink a sprite. As we've done a lot of times before, fun fact, most projectiles in the game is actually just the goop projectile. Oh, has been sleeping at this time. That's fair enough. I know that it's not always the most opportune time for everyone, but it is what it is. Oh, sorry. But no, good to see you again, Mona. So let's try this with... let's just go with layer id.x id.y weapon overlayer, and then O bullet. Again, we're just using temp things here for testing purposes. So we'll go with, say, speed equals... Just testing something I'm seeing on a forum here. No, so we need dot x o player dot y plus 0.5 times. So I apologize, this is gonna look scary for a moment. Welcome to the problems of some of this stuff. There. Okay, so now I'm going to turn this to 0. And we're going to turn this to 100. Whoops. So we are guaranteed the projectile. And we'll see how this goes. Might need to make it a bit larger and slower. But it kind of has the idea. So we saw there it was actually arcing, so that's kind of cool. Don't need to worry too much about the fact that it didn't work during pause, that's fine. What? Wait, what? Okay, that was confusing. Did it fail the priority? Shouldn't have any chance of failing that, no? Alright. Error in arc sign. It's D-arc, the dark side. What? Okay, that's actually confusing that now it's got an error. It's because the speed got changed to being so much lower? Please tell me I don't have to magic number this. Does kind of work though. General idea of it is pretty much there. So now we just need to do some modification to the idea and balance it out better. So there's two things we'll need to do. We need to have it balance out better and have a bit of randomization, kind of like basically the targeting needs to be better and all that, and then we need to create an actual object for this to work with that will have pause functionality and safety nets. That's probably part of the issue. We'll see if this is like long-term issue or not. I want to see if this works. Okay, and then if I pull this down by, say, 6. The scary math stuff, I know. Yeah, it is very particular that it needs to be that 8 value. Interesting. Okay, I might need to do something about that then. This is the problem with reading someone else's code, because then it starts becoming magic numbers. Okay. Can you modify the speed value during the direction calculation, or does that also crash? So, okay, let me explain what's going on with this. If this goes negative, it'll crash. This being less than 8, we'll put it negative. Just that's simply how it's gonna go. God, I'm looking at so much, like, intensive math right now. Because, like, there's also that one. I could possibly use that as a idea. Okay, I'm gonna yoink this code, and we're going to have to heavy edit it. Because that one is a little too particular. So this one's one based on, like, if it's firing at the mouse. We're not going to fire at the mouse. We want this. So we want this as the point of origin. The target, I should say. So let's take this and Control K it. So this is me forum scalping right now. It's like just going through forums and seeing what they've got. So let's see if we run this. If it will work. Like, I understand the theory and I understand the math behind it. It's just like explaining it fully is gonna be a nightmare. So I'm just gonna see what we get out of this. Cool, that works pretty well. But we need to modify the speed. So that's the gravity. So let's play around with some of these values. Horizontal speed divided by 10 times 10. So it looks like, is 10 the returning variable type? Square root of that 4 times. So that's gravity divided by 2 is A. A is okay, so this is going to get really confusing because you kind of do have to understand bed mass when looking at some of these, by the way. Just to explain a little bit. For example, this bit of code is going to look really weird. Bed mass rules, brackets, something, divide, multiply, addition, subtraction. It's the order of doing things. So this actually occurs before this bit here. Normally, if you're actually doing this programming for assurance sake, because not all programs safely follow bed mass, some will follow linear, you should bracket these. So that's always an issue. Add Dragon Fireball. It's actually been considered for a few things. Not even gonna lie. I mean, there is a dragon that's supposed to... There will be a dragon boss. The current one, no, we're not gonna do, but I will do a dragon boss eventually. Okay, I want to see... So, T is the time to reach target, so how do I modify this safely? I want to slow it down, basically. What happens if I just half the math? That's an error. Give me a sec. Yes, I know. Just stop the run. You'll be fine. I feel like that got faster. Also, does that go way higher now? Disable lower, because that's going to be where we see, like, the insane thing. Okay. It should be fine. So, what we're going to do with this this valuing system, so I'm going to do an irandom range of O player dot y minus 50 and O player dot y plus 50. Then we're going to kind of repeat this and do it for the x. Okay. And then actually we'll just have them as hard values to work with inside of the code, so it'll be easier. Because we're going to have a removal system. So... How am I going to pause this equation? We don't. There's a lot of equations I don't really want to be running on a highly regular basis, but this will do for the moment. And then... if x is greater than or equal to xx plus 5 and x is less than or equal to xx minus 5, if y is greater than or equal to yy plus 5 and y less than or equal to yy minus 5, instance create layer at x, y, instances, oh no. Okay, again, some of these will probably be cleaned up somewhere at some point, but this is what we're just doing for now. And I'm gonna be lazy. It will be under player, weapons, weapon components. No. We want ink sprayer, splotch. And then, no, it's music. What was the thing? It's alpha blend. Blend. Image blend. There we go. equals C lime. This is gonna come out really fucking disgustingly. Same with this one, honestly. Create image land equals C lime. Okay, let's see how this looks. ID is not set before reading. Ah. Yes, it wouldn't be. There we go. Okay, so it's repeating the math, so it's going insane. Cool. I was hoping that by having these as set values, it was going to be fine. So I'm gonna have to go back here. I'm gonna have to put this here. So how do I pause this value? I have an answer. But I don't know if this will work. Alright, so H speed will equal H speed hold. V speed will equal V speed hold. And gravity will equal gravity hold. I still expect this not to work. But we'll see. So we need to kind of like sit in a way we can see above him, because we just need to see if it's just going to fire upwards and keep going up. Yep. Ah. How do I recalculate this value partway through? Like, I'd love this to be a progressive calculation and not an initial calculation. Okay, let me read some of these other suggestions. Gravitational acceleration, projectile speed. That's that. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so a suggestion here is for the Y positioning to get the Y data. Instead, it's actually this. And then I can add in var v for velocity. This has got 15 on it. I'll be that for the moment. Let's put gravity at 0.3 instead, just for safety's sakes. And then var this v2 equals v and then with doing this, I can actually get rid of this and move the rest of the step event. And I can do something like okay. No, so this is doing that. Okay, I don't know if that will work then. We can see. let's just work with this. Did I not give VSPM? I do have VSPM there. Oh, I see. Yeah. I don't expect this to work because I don't think the temporary variables will swap over. But this, let's see. I'm expecting it to crash. Yeah. It's not set before reading it. Really? Do I just... fine, sure. Fuck it. By doing this, then, it's 100% not gonna work. Because the variables will not be in scope. Right? Yeah. So... we know we need this one. We know we need that one. And I think it was G is the only other one we need, right? G in those, cool. Try doing it this way. I want to, again, we're going to try and just see if we can get the math to be constant. Was. Not set before reading. So that means that this failed. Okay, so A is gravity. Oh God, I'm trying to remember how to do. Trying to read maths on stream is always the mistake, because it's this like nightmarish thing of trying to figure out all the little tiny details. A is that, V is that, G is A. Alright. So, horizontal, so we need the difference in vertical speed and horizontal. So if else oh, I see. Okay, so that doesn't actually matter to this. Okay, so... And then, where was M again? M is science, square root. So M's base is magnitude, right? So... and C is 1 divided by B. B is... Oh god, trying to knock out the differences between what I need. So, from my understanding, this code will work as long as the object is equal to or below the same x-axis. Whereas what we want is something that accommodates for both. So I need to figure out what I need to do for the differential for this. So the absolute of... I feel like this is supposed to be an absolute value. Unless the way it's designed is always going to return an absolute. So this would be... oh god, trying to do the math. X times... Oh god. Trying to understand other people's code sometimes is always a bit of a mistake. What if it's that? Wait. What if I do this? Just goes to the stratosphere, it seems. Yeah, I think the other equation worked for me better. But it still left me in a situation where I wasn't sure what I needed. So this equation here. That's... So that is the equation we know kind of just this works. But the problem is, it's again, the continuous problem we have is how do I just save this data for a pause? Like that's the only issue. And also the fact that the speed has to be pretty high. Because I think we did this to it, right? Let's try that. I'm gonna try a different forum because this is clearly not working for me well. Because, like, again, the biggest problem we have is not... Okay, here we go. I think I found something that actually allows me to do it with the step event, and that's what I needed. Okay, here we go. So this should be what we want. Oh boy. Alright. Sorry, it's been a really rough one. This is something that I'm probably gonna have to write like actual script for at some point. Would probably be the smart thing to do. Underscore by equals. Okay, so I'll explain this kind of as best I can as I'm going. What we're doing here, so we set the starting locations. What I'm doing here is I'm setting the arc location now. Hence why it's AY, BY, and then there will be CY, which is the end location. So for this one, we want plus YY, divide by 2, and then minus, we'll say 200, because this needs to be on, like, the pixel arc. And actually, no, it's 256, sorry, to get the correct arcing. And then var C X equals XX. So again, this is the final position of the arc. And then we come in here, and because the other person was doing this with very absolutes, this is what it looks like. However, I'm going to be doing localized variables for this because it's just better. For memory reasons, and because we're going to be mass producing these as well. The reason why this is important, this version of the code allows me to do this. Now, we're going to have to add in a function in a second. Because at the moment we don't have the script for this. So I'm going to also just have counter max equals 60, because that's actually smarter to do. And having multiple instances of the same number. There we go. Image angle doesn't really matter for this one because it's a circle. So I'm actually gonna comment that out because the code's not gonna matter. Now, how do I want to handle this? Honestly, I might just do it manually here. So let's just write this out. So duh. Oh god. But yeah, like, so what I'm seeing most people suggest is just like, this is what you do. You do it when you create the object, which is what we were doing. The problem with that kind of calculation of do it when you get the object is you don't allow for oh shit, I've been doing this wrong. This is supposed to be CX. CX is supposed to be this. I believe that's correct. Or am I misreading? So 3 is 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, no, I'm getting right. Go. So this is basically the same. Except instead of AX, it's AY. Instead of BX, it's BY. Instead of CX, it's CY. This is genuinely what the function would look like if I did do a function. I'm just gonna do it like this for now. We'll see how it goes. Oh, I don't actually destroy it as well at the moment. We need to fix that. Alright, let's raise up the damage and see if that was why that's not going through. And we'll also probably increase its area just by a little bit. Yeah, I'm just not taking damage, it seems. Interesting. Oh. Doi. That would explain why we don't have the thing. Yeah, that's why I had it as a low damage originally. Nah, the boss should be allowed to one-shot you. Fuck you. Pay attention to where you're standing, people. Doesn't player damage shit. God damn, like oh no. That's because the player actually normally is the thing that's handling this, right? I just need to check if our enemy parent, if can take damage, take damage. Yeah, okay, so we need to add this on, because otherwise it's just going to vaporize the player. Okay, that explains why I felt like it shouldn't be dealing damage that often. It's because we were straight up taking that much damage per tick. Or per frame, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, now I can raise it way higher. Give it a double digit. Teach the player to can move. And then with here, this is where the fun part comes in. So I'm going to increase this to 100. Just to give it a little bit more range, and no, just see if it is. Let's see how this looks. It's kind of what I wanted. See, this is why I say it's surprising how stupid some of this is. It did take us a while, but that's because I couldn't find a good example of exactly what I wanted out of the equation. So I do apologize for that, but we've got it now. Awesome. So, we'll do some more cleanup. We need to get the melee attack working a little bit, by the way. That is... Sorry, I feel like I need to share this, because it just completely blindsided me. So this was just like a random ass tweet. So I love the tweets where it's just like, hey, here's a an image, like a chat with the characters in like Star Rail, and I just see this. Let it load. I'm gonna send this to my friend. So yeah, it's this is why I have a Twitter, everybody. This is why I have a Twitter. Bruh, fuck no. I love that shit. Alright, Alright, close that. I don't care about that at the moment. But yeah, so with that done, let's get the melee thing working. So the melee doesn't work anywhere near close to what it's intended. Because what the melee is supposed to be, let's see if we actually have this. We can find this stuff quickly. So here, this is supposed to be what the melee is. This is not what's happening. So I need to double check. Why is it not being the case? Yeah. That would explain the bug that we have. Well, bug. The issue that I have is that it's not carrying that through correctly. I'll just have that there, just in case. There we go. I'll give it a 1 second delay point for just the to get this going, just so I can see it a little bit more clearly. Because that there was what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to hold, slash, and then be free. Hold, slash, be free. Yeah. Alright, no, wait, with instance create that type equals 1. So this was the issue we had before. We'll sort this out, but equals other dot damage and timer equals about 1. Okay. Trying to think the best way to like get this attack area. Can I do... Okay, this is gonna seem like a very strange Google. Can I do a collision check on a matrix? Or from a matrix game. Is anyone gonna have information about this? Because I don't want to just draw like a shitload of collision lines. Hmm. Because, like, the reason why I say the Matrix thing is what we could do, potentially. I'm gonna see how this works. Okay, so I need... which value here do I need? This. There's no way this works. Like, I'm so confident this is not gonna work. Hello, cat. Okay, so the width is going to equal, let's just say, like, 40. Length. It's gonna equal we'll go with 90. And then angle is gonna equal point, direction. Dot x other dot y o player dot x o player dot y. Let's try this, shall we? I do not expect this to work because I have a feeling that like I can't just load a collision check onto a matrix, but we will see. Do that. Because it needs to just be a one-off creation. The problem there is it was creating a new one every frame. I have the math wrong, don't I? No? Should be right. Oh no, it's duration. That's what it is. You forget what you call things, okay? It happens from time to time. Yes, I'm not taking any damage at all, which is indicating to me that it doesn't work. Which tells me that theoretically where it will be working is like right in the top left corner right now of the map, which can't really test that easily. What I could do, there is an answer. We'll solve this one day. Not today. But we have another solution. What is it that we need for the values? We want enemy parent. These. All right, point direction. rip that out for the moment. Attack, hold, target direction equals this. Other dot attack, hold, target direction. No, sorry, 150. See what happens when we do this. Make it so he just like slams in a direction. Let's try this. I could do the math and make this a little bit better. Okay, so the first change we are going to make is with the damage zone. We're going to make the Y minus in brackets sprite height divided by 2. And then we're also going to make with the launching here. Y divided by minus ID dot sprite height divided by 2. And also do that here. And then we also want to go back to this. And we want to probably... Okay, see, create. So let's just make it so it can't just cast immediately. It has a little bit of a duration before it can first start casting stuff. Give the player a bit of time to recognize that there's a boss on screen before getting pelted by like projectiles. Yeah, see, it nudges itself out the walls. It's perfectly fine. I don't need to worry about that. Because the thing is, we can get away with this because it does damage itself, so showing you that area that it's going to attack in is good because it means that it's just like, well, it's just going to deal its body damage to you. Right? Which I think is pretty reasonable. I do need to improve its detection area though, because it doesn't detect above it very well. Oh fuck. Aha, you fool. Ah, shit. Yeah, it's pretty generous with its detection. Underneath. So we need to fix that. There we go. Interesting. That's a unique error. I see what would probably be happening. I'm gonna be lazy and give myself this as a safety net. Why bother making a complex one when I can just make a simple one for now? So what was happening is it was like a slow, gradual process where it would potentially just get a little bit more each time. Jeez. So, now I need to ask a question to myself and to anyone watching. The damage areas, at the moment they don't actually get removed, right? Should they be duration or should they be permanent? They're not. I could lower the damage and make them permanent while the boss exists. I don't think that would be a bad way to do it. There we go. So now it's going to destroy itself when the boss says so. But with that, I'm going to lower the damage a little bit. This is something in Soulstone Survivors they've done with a few of the bosses, and I've complained about it actually a few times, but I also complain about it because it's I think it's a good system, but it's really frustrating sometimes as the player, but it's a good frustration. So there is what I would call area denial bosses in Soulstone Survivors. The Plague, Bearer, the Frost Elemental one as well. Like, there's a couple that do this, where what they will do is they will create permanent zones or near permanent zones of damage to basically force the player into a punishment situation of the longer you leave these alive, the worse this is going to get for you, and it tells you to fight these and beat these sooner rather than later. Now, what I will also do is I will add a eventual timeout. So time source, create with pause array push, function, self, oops. And then give it, say, 30 seconds. However, I also should have a thing at the front here. If instance exists self then do this. So the rationale here is that if it still exists after 30 seconds is up, it will clear itself. But there is an undoubtable factor that, like, we can raise this to a minute or so. And this is going to be that, like, more or less these are permanent until the boss is gone. We can probably raise this time, we can lower this time, we can play around with it, but this is kind of the philosophy of these zones are supposed to be semi-permanent until the boss is defeated. Alright, I'm going to be back in just a second. I need to go see something. Oh, here we go. And I'm back, and there's a bot. Oh, lovely. Let me go sort that out. And then I can actually come in here and block that. And it removes it. There we go. Nice. Alright. So now we've got pretty much all of the key boss stuff done, so now we actually want to have the rigging of the boss getting put into the game. So with that, we need to actually go to the enemy controller. And it's not even in here anymore, is it? It's in this system. Alright, so now I'm gonna create a variable around these. So boss spawned thing, so if score equals kill requirement times 1 plus boss count, boss spawned equals true. boss spawn count ++, and that's also the one that we actually need there. And then and then if boss spawned equals true, and instance count? I can never remember what it's called. Instance number enemy boss parent is less than 1. And this is where we'll do like all of our you've killed the boss. So boss spawned equals false. If boss spawn count is greater than or equal to boss count, and that will end the game. So we'll spawn the boss here, and then we'll end the game here. Okay, and then I need to get the... It's in main. Is it in main that I activated? Yeah. Okay, and then what do we do when we quit? I'll just yoink what's in here for now. That. Oh, I just have a game over, true. Okay. Shows how much I pay attention to my own code anymore. I do actually have a system for it. So if you're wondering why I've got this specifically, kind of the style of this, it's a preparation for one of the modifiers we've talked about in the past, which is, and I might as well just write it here. Repeat. No. No, yeah, repeat. 1 plus... Oh, just leave it at 1 for the moment. Because there's supposed to be a modifier that increases how many bosses spawned when each boss spawns. By doing this, it means that technically by spawning 2, it doesn't actually change anything. Just the main point. Now we want to add to boss parent on destroy. Don't care about doing that. It sorts it out itself. How do I drop a crate? It is literally just that. Cool. There we go. So what do I do next? Don't want to add the modifier just this moment, but we've got everything there that's clearly what we need. So let's just speed kill some stuff and see if the boss will spawn. We'll play as Iron Mouse because we can fast kill with that because we have her ult. And since it's got the reduced dev tool cooldown, then we'll be fine. Because we want to see if the kill score is working. We don't actually care about spawning the boss, we care about getting the correct timing for it. Should be spawning. Was it not 200 that I set it to? So that didn't work. Why didn't that work? Let's move it to the step event then. Honestly, I just don't know if I care enough. There's a good chance I might not have the alarms triggering anymore or triggering correctly. There's a very good chance of that. Again, we're very accelerated on what we can do just because we do have the ability to just kind of perma-ult, which is not something you're supposed to have in the game. Okay, have I done an equation incorrectly? It's equals. That's the issue. If score is greater than or equal to, it's never going to equal it outright. That's the problem. Every once in a while you remember you're an idiot. You know what the fun part is? I'm going to have to go through and just make sure all of the dev test tools are turned off. Like the modifier values, the dev buttons and stuff like that, all of that needs to be toggled off for release. Sound's going to be a nightmare because like the music's still part done, so I will probably have a little recommendation to probably turn it off. If not, just disable it myself. We'll see. Hey, ya boss. Another one spawned, yeah. So I think the number can probably go up. Like the kill number. Let's make it 400 each. And then there's going to be a lot of other things that I'm going to have to do. So, with this, no, let's see, And then I'm also going to go to enemy boss parent on destroy with enemy boss parent. And what did we just call it? Boss number. Okay, so this will always guarantee that the first boss spawned is the health bar you'll see. Copy all of this, but we're going to do the matrix position very differently. Matrix, so the x coordinates will be width times 8. The height will be 7. Brackets width times 0.3. Make these 10. And I'm also going to change the height positioning here to minus boss number times 20. So I want to just see how this kinda runs. Okay, that's something I probably should just handle in the creative end, shouldn't I? Instead of in the spawn. So if this doesn't end up in the normal spot, then I know that I have to work to 1 all the time. What? Oh shit, it doesn't inherent. I forget I made the boss fucking horrendously bad for this because it doesn't actually technically inherit. It inherits most functionality, it just doesn't inherit Create Event because Create Event is really shit on enemies, and I need to fix that. Because technically enemies don't have base stats. Enemies are completely constructed stats. So it doesn't show up in the correct location. So let's try going and putting this as that. So let's just do this. See if we can just get it like somewhere we can visually see it. Okay, this is kind of fun. I like this. This came out a lot better than I was expecting. Okay, so this is what I kind of need to just do across the board. Why do I have unitype as such a priority in the fucking thing? Should be fine. Okay. Alrighty. So clearly this didn't quite work how I wanted to. How do I improve that? Because it seemed like some of them were getting like minus more than they should be or something. Or the values weren't getting done correctly. Um, I mean, I could just have it equal I, but then they could like throw them around quite a bit. We can see. I just realized I haven't put in the I here. Go me. Yeah, so if it can get to 0 is the problem. So what I need to do is I need to go to the here. It needs to actually be -1. And this needs to be 0, and this needs to also get the -1 treatment. I've missed a value somewhere. One of the resets, it's not resetting correctly anymore. This is the difficulty with the style I've got here, is that it's really, really fragile to referencing. Ah. Bet that would have been what it was. There was the natural spawn boss there too, as well. Okay, yep, no, I know what that issue was. That's a very simple issue. We have a version of something around here that we can yoink for it, right? Sure, who wrote it. Oh well, I'll just write it again. Gotta start doing that with all of them now, because it's basically saying, hey, do you even exist before I try and run this function? You do, cool, we'll run the function, otherwise I bugger off. A very important safety net at this point. There we go. Alright. Oh, bloody hell. Alright. I'm gonna call that pretty much everything important done. So what I'm going to now do is I'm going to work with the audio controller and disable a few things. No, we'll leave it alone. You guys, I'm just gonna leave a warning. Might want to disable music because it gets repetitive. But the controls aren't working fully. Alright. It'll be fine. Alright, let's go and toggle off all of the debug tools. So there was a bunch there, and there's a bunch on the player as well. I tried to keep them all in one location. Alright, and then we go to characters, player character, and we change these modifiers to 1, so you guys don't have insane values. And that should be everything. I believe that is now the base game available. So let's put in a final value for this. How do you feel that Vampire Survivors has become successful now with PS5 port? I mean, it was insanely successful before. The port has just brought it to more of an audience. I wouldn't call it so successful. Like, that's almost like saying it wasn't before. But I mean, I'm glad for them. Honestly, awesome. It's a fun game. I really enjoy it, and I wish them the best success with it. So yeah, no, it's cool that they've been able to do that, because doing console ports is really difficult, and a lot of people underestimate it because you need to. The room you have to work with, on working on it, is so tight because of the way memory and GPU and all that sort of stuff are written in them. You have to write very specifically. A year ago, I never heard of the game. Until someone gifted it. That was a mistake. Now I'm addicted. I'm glad. It's a really fun game style. Funnily enough, I give a lot of credit to the developer, because little origin story, if you don't know it, is that the developer for that game actually developed a lot of gambling games and like casino games. And they wanted to prove that they could make a game that wasn't just another casino game, and in the process managed to find a way to like do exactly that. Make a game that is still triggers all of the gambling brain aspects, but not having you spending like obscene amounts of money. It's just Red Death, yeah. I mean, I stand by if I actually just want to farm something and don't want to play, I just play Queen Sigma, right? The amount of times I've left my computer on and come back like hours later to an insane gold farm is great. It's kind of one of the charms I think the game has as well, is that it is actually willing to give you OP stuff from time to time. Like, it's that concept of when you play a fighter game and you get the boss, it's like, you want the boss to feel OP. I like almost all the bosses in Vampire Survivors. I think all of them pretty top-notch. There's also like the one for the lake expansion, which is pretty cool. The like it eats everything. I'm probably just gonna package a zip. I think packaging as a zip again is probably the best. And we're having a little look at the zip when it's done. There we go. The fuck is this PNG? Oh. So this is actually the launcher now. Like, this isn't me running as debug mode, as you can see. Nothing's running as the project thing. Some of these are still broken. If I back out, it's not going to have any issues. It does have issues, okay. think that's fine. So now let's rename the zip. And let's go to Edge. I also need to pull up some other stuff while I'm doing this. I did a lot of prep in advance though, so it's not going to be too bad. Oh god though, This is one of those many times where you're like, is this a wise idea? Am I going to regret this? The short answer is probably yes. So now I need to make this public. Publish. Now I need get shareable link. Now I need to do my shite on Twitter. Oh boy, alright. And then I need to come on here and go edit game. Upload file. Show files. Desktop. Move this one to the top. Cool. Trying to find all the stuff. Sorry, this is, again, like, this is the fun part of trying to get everything done. I'm gonna have to do the screenshots up at some point, because they're all outdated. But at least I can put in some of the new assets. Okay, sorry, again, I want to stress, like, there's a reason why I'm being quiet at the moment. It's because I'm going through, I'm getting all of the prep work done for announcing and releasing and things. and it takes a lot longer than you might think to get this going. So I want to make sure I'm getting everything right. Okay, I don't think there's anything else I really need to do right now, other than just start posting this stuff. Also, I'm just going to post here the link to the tweet once it's up from the official game's Twitter, so you guys can have a look-see. I will also be posting it everywhere I possibly can. Like genuinely, anywhere I can, I will. So this is where we're at. Okay, let me just make sure I've got all the last few things sorted. Need this number. Okay, I need to also look at my previous devlog so I can basically get that, and then I need to, oh my god, the interconnectedness of what I'm having to deal with right now. Okay, and then we take this one. And then, God, I'm trying to... too many things. Too many things. The numbers, Mason, what do they mean? And then we want to pin this to that profile. Going to copy the link for that. And then we go here. That is the Twitter post, finally. Oh. Dude, you have no idea how much time and energy and everything this is taking. Alright. And now I need to go from here, go back to this. Oops. There we go. All right. Okay. And now we go back to the dashboard. Oh, so hear that, everybody? Go check it out. VTuber United is now updated to the current version with everything that you've seen pretty much there and ready and available to you. Go try it out, have fun, enjoy it if you can, and please let me know your experience and your and everything. Just, I'd love to hear what you guys think and what I can improve. There's only so much I can do myself, and now we're at a point where, yeah. I've also, on that post as well, there is a link to the devlog that I recorded talking about the current state, the state moving forward, so on and so forth. Highly recommend checking that out. It's only like 11 minutes, and you can skip around in it pretty easily. But yeah. Oh. god, I'm exhausted. That's the shorthand of it. This was a long time coming, and I'm really glad that I have actually managed to finally get to this point. Like, goddamn. This is really happy for me. Yeah, I know. Oh my god, my Twitter is just getting lit up because of all of the cross stuff that I've been doing. Like, I like my own post on my other account, and then it pings me for that one, and it's a nightmare. But yeah, no, so patch 0.0.11.16 is now available. Go play it, go try it. It is a massive improvement, almost incomparable to the original pre-alpha release that's on there at the moment. Honestly, it's barely even worth mentioning the previous one. I'm in fact going to actually just hide it now. You can't get to the old one. You can only get to the new one. Enjoy the new one. It is a massive deal. This is a huge amount of work I've put into this now. And I'm really hoping that y'all enjoy it. But yeah, feel free to pop by streams, pop by Twitter, whatever, and let me know your thoughts. Oh, my brain is completely gone at this point. We're going to be still doing game dev streams and everything, by the way. It's not like this is the end of it all. In fact, pretty much nothing is actually going to change on stream, other than maybe you guys can actually play a modern version of this and be a little bit more in the loop of what's going on and the feel of it. It's genuinely the main thing. So yeah, no, just go ahead and give it a try. Oh. I cannot stress enough how much I am just fucking tired. Let's go to the channel and change those things now. Customize. Let's have a see. Change this to the new one. Image must be at least 98 by 98 pixels. Is it not? Yeah, I'll fix it later. Can I change this one though, at least, to like the new thing? What is the size of that file? It is 98 by 90. You gotta be kidding me. It's 98 by 90 and it needs to be 98 by 98. Oh, alright, I'll go fix that later. Good God. Alright. Oh. Now I've got to do my bit of a wind down, try and get my head around things. All right. I'm not gonna lie, there is a very big temptation that once the stream is over, I just go lie down for the rest of the day and just comatose. Just completely pass out. I am exhausted. So, I actually think I might do that. Honestly, I think we've got everything we need done. That was not what I wanted to click on. God damn it. No, don't launch that. No. God damn it, god damn it, god damn it. Fuck. Oh, it's all turning into a mess. I love it. Yeah, no, I mean, like, there's possibly some errors that I can think of that exist that I just would never have noticed because my defaults are so old that the game, like, it would never trigger for me. So please, just, if there's crashes on anything, Game Maker is pretty good about having a good error automated or error report. So if anyone does come across an error, just can send it my way in full, and I will be able to find and resolve it most of the time. We'll see. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it here. I am so happy that we've done this though. Oh, this is a load off my back. It is done. We can... It has been since, was it December last year or something like that was the previous update? It was 9 months ago. It was about over 9 months ago was the last time we posted a thing. So, go check it out. No, seriously, go check it out. This is not a request. Oh god. Alright, I'm gonna have to watch that later so I can at least kind of push the numbers up on it. And double check that I actually uploaded it correctly. I thought I did. You never know. Alright, but yeah, so we'll call it here. I just need to lie down. But go, enjoy game, have fun, enjoy your free time. I will lie down. I genuinely need to lie down. So with that being the case, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being with me through all of this. These nightmares that have been this game dev experience. And I hope you'll be with me more in the future while we continue and never get free of it. So, that all being the case, once again, thank you so much for watching. You're awesome, stay awesome, and I hope to see you again next time. Till then, bye-bye. Oh god, I need a drink.